am Holly Pitus. I'm trying to get something typed in the chat here, and will it work? I don't know. So tonight is Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. It's just a couple of days before the United States Thanksgiving Day. And tonight we're talking about the emotion code and pets and their people. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to get the chat going here. So I want to make sure we can say hello. And so do let me know where you are visiting from. I love knowing that you're here. And if there's some way that I can help you, being able to volunteer is always something fun. So tonight, pets and their people. Tonight is episode number 66. So I've been talking about the emotion code and body code for over a year now. So I do this weekly. Moved from Mondays at noon Eastern to Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Just did that this November. So thank you for finding me here. And I'm also doing live broadcasts simultaneously on YouTube. So tonight we're going to talk about Teddy. And Teddy is a little schnauzer. He was adopted a couple of months ago. He's probably 2. One never knows with a rescue. And Teddy hasn't liked his car very much. He doesn't like rides in the car, but he's now to the point where he's literally putting his paws out and like trying to stop his mom from taking him outside of the house into the car. He had been going to work with her and likes being at work, likes being with her, but just does not like the car ride. So in a few minutes, we're going to be working with Teddy. So that's one of the things with rescue animals is that we just never really know what their history was, what might have made them do what they do or not do what they don't do. And they'll never be able to tell us. And that's really the beauty of working with the emotion code and the body code is that you don't have to go into the story of what happened. We use something called muscle testing. It's kinesthetic or biofeedback. We're able to do it through a distance. We're able to do this online, and it works like a charm. So I finally have uploaded some pictures. If you saw my Instagram post this evening, you have seen Jethro. So Jethro's quite the story for me. I saw a picture of him posted from a rescue that I'm familiar with. And as soon as I saw him, I fell in love with him and knew that he belonged in our family. So made arrangements to go pick him up, and his mixed bag of old age and ill health has been kind of an interesting journey. But again, that's where the emotion code and the body code can work really well. Let me just show you a picture. This one, the small one on the right under the table. I don't know if you can actually see my cursor or not, but he is there. Dottie is in the middle, and Lucy is on the red carpet next to the window. So the 3 of them are great friends. And I'm also going to show you a picture of Dottie and Lucy playing. Now let's see if this is going to... Here we go. Got to hit the play button. There we go. So now you see a nice back shot of Dottie. You see the big black dot on her back. And that is how she got her name. Originally, we were going to try to have an Ellie Mae with Jethro. For all of those of you who remember the Beverly Hillbillies and the Clampetts, their names were Ellie Mae, and 2 of the character names were Ellie Mae and Jethro. So anyway, so Dottie has this giant dot, and that seemed to be the proper name for her. So she and Lucy have gotten to be fast friends, and it's a lot of fun to watch them play. Lucy is about 12 years old. We've had her for 5 years, and she never did play until Dottie came along. And then Dottie was able to spark something in her, and that is what got Lucy playing. So we feel like Dottie has made Lucy a younger dog. So what we're going to be doing tonight is working with this emotion code chart. And what I'll be able to do is I've got permission from Teddy's mom to work with him, asking why he is not willing to ride in the car. So we're going to work on that. But let me just let you know that for yourself for volunteering, it's simple to volunteer. And I love being able to work with you and short demonstration here tonight, but then also being able to book a longer term appointment with me or to have you attend one of my group sessions. Those are fun too. So to be able to volunteer, what I would need to do, you can type your name in the chat, or actually your name will pop up. So what you can say is me or yes, and tell me where you are viewing from, city or state or country, and then let me know what you'd like me to demonstrate for you, and I can do something either for yourself or for one of your pets. And then what I would need to know is what the issue is. So for example, tonight my dog won't get in the car. And we also have things with animals of, they're running away, or they have separation anxiety, or they won't let you clip their nails, or they don't want to go to the vet, or, they do some obnoxious barking at inappropriate times. Any of those things that dogs might do. Cats can be destructive or marking, or, incessant meowing, or finicky about their food. Any of those things. I've also worked with somebody that has pet rats that she had in a cage, and they had some issues, but she loves her little rats. And some horses, cats, dogs, birds, horses, all kinds of animals. So anything that you have that could need help. The emotion code is a beautiful system, emotion code and body code. So let me get started with Teddy. And what we're going to do, first thing, I do have permission. I've got some water here. I'm going to take a nice drink of water, and then I'm going to start asking some yes or no questions. And so demonstrating on animals is really great. Demonstrating on small children is really great too, because it illustrates the fact that with the emotion code, we're asking questions directly of your subconscious, which remembers everything like a hard drive. It's all as a yes and no question. So we don't need to know the story. We don't need to know any big lengthy trauma that goes along with it. We don't need to know what you think it is, because anything can really cause anything. And it's all stored very clearly in your subconscious mind. Let's see, I need to be able to see this a little bit better. So it's all based on the emotion code book. And let me hide this. And so then you can see the emotion code book in the corner behind me. It's a tremendous read. I suggest you do read a copy of it. It was written by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He is a retired holistic chiropractor. And as he was working on people with physical adjustments, he realized that some people could be physically adjusted beautifully, and yet they would still have an issue with a reoccurring pain or discomfort. So he, through a large process, discovered this habit of the body to just tag onto these negative trapped emotions. And so in our greater energy body, we have these negative trapped emotions that just get stuck. For some reason, they didn't get processed fully when the event occurred. And that event could be something as tragic as a severe car accident. It could be as shocking as watching a scary movie with a car accident, or reading a book where a car accident takes place. And for whatever reason, you just grab onto the emotion of it, and it doesn't fully get processed. And then the other thing is that we're able to inherit things or adopt things or absorb things from our families and our lineage. So it's not just your hair color or your eye color or your bone structure that you inherit from your parents. You also inherit sort of this memory of DNA that comes down through your ancestral line. So there are some things that are just, when you say, oh yeah, everybody in my family is like that, or all the men in my family are like that, or all the women in my family are like that, or I take after this side with a particular trait. Could be anger, could be crying, could be fear of speaking up or speaking your truth, could be anything. So this is where the emotion code is a really beautiful way to release you from this emotional baggage. And I know sometimes people also say, well, that sounds kind of woo-woo for me, and I don't know if that is really something I believe in or could adopt. Just because it's woo-woo doesn't mean that it's not true. Nice little saying that the energy healers work with. And then also it also doesn't matter. This is not something to believe in or not believe in, and it doesn't contradict any of your personal or spiritual or religious beliefs whatsoever. It is all based on a matter of energy. The energy is in our system, our greater world, global system, and it's very distinctive. And I know that you can feel it. So even if you say, I don't believe in any of that, well, you've had the experience of walking into a room, could be somebody's house, could be an office, could be a store, and you feel immediately welcome. And you're like, oh, I'm so comfortable here. I really like it. And you've also had the opposite experience where you've walked into a place, it can look beautiful, and you're like, I don't want to go any further. I don't like it in here. Your skin might crawl, or you feel tense, or it feels like an oppressive place. All you're doing is recognizing the energy of the events that are going on in there or have recently gone on. All right, so enough about the system. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to be working with little Teddy. So he is cute as a button. Absolutely cute as a button. He's got a ton of energy. And Teddy doesn't like to get in the car. I'm going to take a little sip of water here. I'm going to connect with Teddy. And we're going to do a little demonstration. So, all right, connecting with Teddy. And what I'm doing is I'm using my fingers. I use the bridge system. So, and you can try this at home. And I will have you experiment with something called the sway system. And so what you would do is you would stand up, close your eyes, and just center yourself a little bit, have good balance, and then think of something really positive, like the word love or truth, honesty, anything that's good and positive, and you'll find that your body is just naturally going to sway forward. And then center yourself again, and then you can think of something bad. So think of something like war or hate, or last time you had a fight with somebody, and you'll feel like you're just going to sway back. So that is how our energy system goes. Naturally, we are attracted to something that's good and positive, and we want to repel or stay away from something that is negative or disturbing in some way for us. So same thing. There are many different kind of finger methods that people can use, and our fingers are strong when something is positive and weak when something is negative. Some people use an arm method where you're, pushing on an arm. I don't know that you can actually see me on this small camera. All right, so connecting to Teddy, and I'm going to ask some questions here. Ask Teddy and his energy system if it's okay for us to work on him. And I'm getting a yes, and I'm asking if there's something in your energy system or some sort of event in your past or for some reason that you don't want to get in the car. And I'm getting a yes. And so we can start with some basic things. I don't know if was there an event that happened with the car? And was it your event? Was it someone else's? Okay, it was an event that Teddy was in. Is this something on the emotion code chart that we can release for you, Teddy? I'm getting a yes. So next I want to know if it's actually in column A or column B. And I'm going to move over to the chart. Let me just find it here so that you guys can follow along. So the chart has this list of words. And these are the words that I'm going to be going through. So I want to know, might it be in the emotions that Teddy feels? Are they in column A or are they in column B? It's column A. Is there more than one emotion? Are they all in column A? Are there more than 5 emotions? No. So how many emotions are there? Are there 5? 4. Okay, so there's 5. So it's telling me that there's going to be a whole box there of the emotions. And so is this, are these, on a scale of 1 to 10, how disturbing are these emotions for you? Are they out of 10? Yes. And then in column A, are they in an even row or an odd row? 1, 3, 5. 1, A1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if you can read these words, I don't know if you're watching on a phone or a laptop, but phone is going to be kind of small. So the emotions that Teddy has kept to himself are abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived. That sounds pretty common for a rescue dog. We don't really know what happened to him that he got into the rescue system. There's a story that came along with it, but is it true? Is it not true? We don't really know. So Teddy, are you feeling abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived? Is this all just one bunch of emotions for you? Are these your emotions? Are they anybody else's? Okay, they're your emotions. Is this what we would call a heart wall? Is it a hidden heart wall? It's a heart wall. Okay, do we need to know anything more about this heart wall? Are we able to release it? Yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just use in the energy system, go over my governing meridian and say, okay, we're going to be releasing this heart wall of abandonment, releasing the heart wall of betrayal, releasing heart wall of forlorn, releasing the heart wall of lost, and releasing the heart wall of love unreceived. And then we're also going to release any type of vibrational resonance of that. So releasing any vibrational resonance of the heart wall of abandonment, betrayal, forlorn, lost, love unreceived. All right, so now I want to double check and see if we've released everything. So Teddy, did we release this heart wall for you? Is there anything more to do for that? No. So did you, was your move from your original home, did something like that happen with a car? Are you afraid that you're going to be abandoned if you go into a car? Yes. So again, my fingers are strong to give me a yes that he would feel abandoned. He's afraid of being abandoned again. So is the fear of abandonment, is the fear of the car. It's just this association. Can we end this association of the car and these negative emotions? I'm getting a yes. So is there any special emotion that we need to release regarding a car? No. So to go with your mom to work in the next couple of days, is it safe for you to get in a car? Is it okay for you to get in a car? Are you worthy of getting in a car? Do you believe you can get in a car? Do you deserve to get in a car? Are you going to be able to actually happily get in the car and have a calm ride? Are you going to be able to go to work with your mom? Okay. Do we need to release anything more regarding this, getting in the car? And I'm getting a no. Okay, great. So there's also something called processing. And so now there's some, it's just really your energy system sort of rearranging. It's almost like if you rearrange the furniture in a room and it changes the path that you go to walk across the room, or where the lamp was to turn on, or where you would normally sit to read a book or watch TV. And you have to, you're so used to maybe going to the left to get to your chair, and now that favorite chair is on the right. You have to completely change your path for how you are approaching that room and approaching what you want to do in the room. And it can take you a little bit to get used to the fact that you need to turn right instead of turning left. So it's the same thing with an emotion code session, that your energy is going to kind of rearrange a little bit. Sometimes it can happen really easily, and that's great. And sometimes it takes a little bit to process. So again, it's, just giving your energy system time to get comfortable in the new position. We'll just call it that. And so now for Teddy, are you going to be able to comfortably get in the car tomorrow? Yes. Do you need any time to process any of this? No. Are you going to be happy riding in the car? Yes. All right. Are you going to be happy leaving the house to get in the car? Yes. All right. So now we're going to find out what happens. Next week, I will be able to give you an update on Teddy. And I actually may be able to do it a little bit beforehand, since we are having this holiday week, and there's all kinds of feelings and emotions going on for people that are getting back together with family. And some people are really happy to be getting together with their family. Some people are like, oh no, I'm overcommitted, or I'm guilted into going. So there's a lot of emotions that are triggered during the holidays. There's also the fact that if you look back over the past few years, think about who's going to be at the dining room table this week and who was at the dining room table 5 years ago. Are those people all still alive? And that's a very real difficulty for many people, that it might be the first celebration that they're going to be having without a loved one who has passed away, or maybe it's the first time after a divorce, or the first time, and that can be, whether you're one of the kids, it could be in-laws that are just getting used to the fact that there's been this divorce in the family. It can be the actual divorced spouse. It's heartbreaking for people that have had some sort of relationship breakup. There are people that have lost their jobs shortly before the holidays. There's so much disarray in our world right now that although the holiday is supposed to be very happy, going into this whole end of the year holiday season is a struggle for a lot of people. There's also people that are older that maybe came from a big family where, they were maybe one of, my mother's a perfect example. She passed away a few years ago. She was the youngest of 8 kids. And at one point she was the last one left. So all of the people that she had known in her early life had passed away. And so that makes holidays very difficult for many people, because it's so obvious, all of the faces that they would normally see around the dining room table. Those people just aren't around any longer. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing some extra just sort of pop-in sessions. So do watch. I'll be putting either events on my Facebook page for Get Feeling Better, or I'll be popping into YouTube and working on these things that come up just sort of impromptu. So I would like to thank you very much for joining me today. I'll give you an update on Teddy for how he's doing. Some of the other people that I've worked on, I always call them people, even though they are dogs and cats. They are doing great. And so let me just show you this. This is a show that I had done in the past for under the theme of pets and their people. And surviving grief, that's another thing. So not only is it the people that pass away, but it's our animals that pass away, and that can be really tragic. Sometimes it's almost harder to say goodbye to our beloved pet than it is a person, because with people, you can always, oftentimes we have the opportunity to get that closure, to say those words that we want to say, or we want to hear from that person, and we can have that exchange. But with our pets, will they understand when we're telling them that we love them and we're telling them goodbye? We can only hope that they do. And so it can really leave a huge hole in your heart. And so dealing with grief, it just, it really permeates so many elements of our life. And again, working with the emotion code can be absolutely fantastic because it doesn't take the grief away. It doesn't remove it. It's not like you forget about that person or animal, but what it does is it can remove the sting so that you can actually remember them and remember the good parts without getting all upset or without crying and saying, I can't even talk about it. So I am Holly Pitus. I would love to be able to work with you, not only in the demonstration, so do come back and visit me for that, but also work with you for a more in-depth, personalized session with you. And where's my body code? I'm looking for it. I don't know where I've got my emotion code badge. Here we go. I just saw it. There we go. Emotion code and body code. I also do a couple of additional things on top of this. And so being able to work with you in depth for a one-on-one session, we can combine it if it is something that you want as a human, and we're just going to focus on you as a human. If you want to focus just on your pet or pets, or if you want to do a combo, we go by time, so you can set up the session. It's very easy to schedule your appointment. What you would do is go either to my Facebook page, the Get Feeling Better, or hollypitus.com. The auto caption always misspells my name, so you can look at getfeelingbetter.com too, and that way you can locate me. It's really simple to pick a time, select the amount of time, book your appointment according to your schedule. We are able to work online. I really like to work kind of one-to-one like this, that we are on a Zoom call and we're able to have an exchange during the session. So if, for example, you're talking about having some discomfort in your neck or shoulders, we can do a bit of the session, and I can say, okay, now get up and stand around, move around a little bit. Let's see how that feels. And it's a lot of fun, actually, to be able to say, wow, I started the session and I, had a lot of discomfort in my shoulder or neck, and now, wow, I can move freely. And it's like it just dissipates. It's amazing. So do schedule an appointment with me. I've got some special things coming up over the holiday season, end of the year, and then, of course, going into the new year. We are going to hope that it's going to be a tremendously beneficial year for everybody, and that some of the difficulties that we've been experiencing in the last couple of years with all the pandemic business, that stuff is going to just dissipate. So I hope that you are feeling good and healthy, productive, motivated, and come and join me next week again. And I hope to work with you as a one-on-one. I'm Holly Pitus, Get Feeling Better, and I wish you a wonderful holiday season. See you soon.